Welcome to Sky Sport Next, our new initiative supporting grassroots sport and rising talent across New Zealand. We're proud to be investing in Sky Sport Next to give over 50 sports a chance to be seen and to grow.
Good morning and welcome here to Rotorua International Stadium. We're at the New Zealand secondary schools here, down on a beautiful day here. It's a bit windy down on the ground, and we've got a few games coming up, as you see on the screen in front of us now, where we have Tauranga Girls versus New Plymouth Girls. So it's the girls versus the girls here on the finals field as they just start to complete their warm-up. I'd like to welcome to the commentary box alongside me, Maza. Welcome, Maza. You've been on yesterday as well, I hear.
Yeah, mate, and good morning to you. Yeah, no, it was a good day yesterday. We covered 6 games there, so we're looking forward. I had New Plymouth here yesterday with me again, and look at them, they're down there full of energy this morning.
Full of energy is right. And then we see New Plymouth Girls in front of us. New Plymouth Girls, they've got a couple of coaches here, Coach Joseph Graham and their other coach, Tamati Niho, with their manager, Lisa Graham. So that's the support crew looking after New Plymouth Girls. And Tauranga Girls, we have Coach Diane Kahura, manager Jasmine Atutahi, and assistant manager Gianna Coney. So that's the support crew, the coaching crew that are supporting these girls over the last few days. It's been a beautiful couple of days here in Rotorua.
Yeah, mate, it has, and this commentary is going to be a little bit tricky. We've got two of the top school, one of the going at it here, but both in the same coloured uniforms. So our work's cut out this morning. First thing.
Luckily, I'm sure we've got on our audience here, both from Tauranga Girls, and we've got New Plymouth Girls tap off here. So if you're watching the screen, we got New Plymouth Girls going from right to left. Tauranga Girls obviously going from left to right, so it's New Plymouth Girls number 4 with the start, and that's their captain, Lulu Fellows. So very prominent player on the ball, I'm sure. Little scoop play there by Montana Zamet here. She starts to have a crack at the line, but to no avail, and we've got Tauranga Girls who start to come out of the red zone here. So I'll probably just, as they start to make their way to the subbing box to get a fresh pair of legs on there.
Yeah, mate, and it's been a good set so far. We've just got to keep that continuity up and just keep driving forward and set up for a scoop here. We've seen over the last couple of days a lot of 33 plays because there's so much options of it. So let's see what these girls do out here. We've got a 21 play there. Ooh.
Tried to sneak through down there. Almost made it through. The referee sees that it was a touch. Good call by the player, but a fumble early in the touch count.
Oh, that's a try. Yeah, so we saw a fumble down there on the 5, and Tauranga capitalised on turnover ball straight away, and they pounced on it, and they've dotted down there. Number 7.
But here we go with the referees. Just a shout out to our 3 referees who are officiating the game this morning: Kaylee McCracken, Darren Morrissey, and Mitchell Lee. So they are the ones in white here, controlling the game. As we've got New Plymouth Girls with a tap off as they make their way up to the 5-metre line. So that dotted line, if you are watching for the first time, or you're new to the game of touch, you would see a dotted line on the field, and that's the marker for the players and the referee to say you're 5 metres away from the score line.
Yeah, that's correct. And we saw a pretty good set there. Now Tauranga's driving up. They'll head straight to their box to get a fresh set of legs on. But this, yeah, that's 20 metres off the second touch there. A nice drive. Look at that. That's a great set so far. They're three. They're over the halfway and still going forward. Oh, but unfortunately there we've got a fumble.
Yep, that is unfortunate after making such a good inroads into and through the field and catching New Plymouth Girls backpedaling there, but unfortunately the ball goes to ground, and here we go, number 7 again. So we've got Montana Zambit. So already we've talked about both 7 and 4. These are probably player numbers that you need to watch out for. We'll probably be calling them quite a bit. So just to go on, just to talk about Tauranga Girls, Muzza, have we got some players, prominent players from that team that we need to be watching for as well?
Yeah, there is is it Regan? Regan, number 16. She's they said that she's one to watch out for. So I'm looking forward to her, to watch her today, and for her to set up. She's actually the co-captain as well of the squad. So she'll lead by example here. Oh.
So we've got co-captain here. That's the boner there, number 16. And we've also got number 3 for Tauranga Girls, who's also co-captain Kahura. Kahura, sorry. My apologies, Kahura. And New Plymouth, as they start to make their way through the field, as they come up to the 10-metre line. So that's the line that you are seeing now, is the 10-metre line from halfway. So you'll see a couple of dotted lines on the field. So New Plymouth Girls made their way over the halfway line. That's a good set there. So number 6 picks up the ball, goes through. Referee calls it on. Calls the play on. Obviously seen that the Tauranga Girls player may have been offside. So obviously what we're saying is there was a play on call allowing the New Plymouth Girls. Here we see the touch fit 360 replay. Number 6 has a scoop through, looks for the support play to number 3, Olivia Kahuhill. So just if you're new here and new to the game, just a couple of things that you need to do is that when you make a touch, you need to make sure that you go back 5 metres. The referee will call you on. If you're not, the referee may just say play on. And here we go, a reply just like that from Tauranga Girls, number 2, Willow Rahui Brown here. Great play, picks up the ball, bit of a dummy.
And just slices through, mate.
Beautiful. She's been watching the New Zealand Sevens women's, maybe not the Sevens men's, but maybe the Sevens women's.
Yeah, no, they're going really well. And I mean, you know, look at some of those girls in there, like Stacey Walker. You know, she's come through the touch system as well, mate. And you know, it's a pathway for our girls now.
It is a great pathway.
And it's a job. You know, it's a job. So yeah, no, some of these girls are on display, and I have seen a few New Zealand selectors around. So they'll be keeping their eyes out.
New Plymouth setting themselves up.
Touching pass there, but they're on the right side of the field. So what we want to try and do as touch players is get them so far away from their box that they have to really, really work to get to that other side. So here's Tauranga Girls working very hard. 2 passes there, back door. And look at that, they're on their second touch, they're all back to their box and they'll get a fresh set of legs on. Sweeping around here, yeah, that's perfect. That's their 4th touch and they're over the try line. Oh. Yep, just done fast. Unfortunate there, just forcing that pass.
It was a good set by Tauranga Girls. Unfortunately, just not able to sort of get closer to the try line to make a good strike at the line. And here we go, New Plymouth Girls just make their way over halfway. Nice solid dumps there. Number 7 just looking for the support play again. Zambit and Fallows there in the middle. And that's 6. Referee Morrissey says that's 6 girls. Hand that ball over. As Tauranga Girls make their way up through the up to the 10-metre line. And as you said before, Muzza, players making their way to the sub-box to get a fresh pair of legs on.
Yeah, mate, like if I was the coaching staff at half time for New Plymouth Girls, I'd be talking about let's meet them. We're on our back heels at the moment, so they seem to be getting 10 or 12 yards off every drive. So yeah, if I was New Plymouth in the huddle, that'd be one thing I'd mention is around the meeting them at least to halfway and stop their roll on. Let's not sit on our back heels there.
We go New Plymouth Girls as they start to make their way through the field.
That's a good drive there, coming off the sideline there. So they'll set up here for a scoop, no doubt. Gone into that link play, so you've seen quite a bit of link stuff this weekend. Oh, not so. For that ruling there from the referee, her shoulders went square to the try line. So that, yes, it was a sideways plant. So we've got to try and square your shoulders up and be square to the try line to not give away that penalty, especially in that crucial area there.
It's good work, but unfortunately, just one of the players who was subbing just got in the way. So Tauranga Girls back on defence here is New Plymouth. Can start there, set of 6 over the 10 metres line. So you can see the 5 metre line coming up in front of us now. Good defence there.
Yeah, they're in prime position here for a set-up. I think that's our number 6 there.
Yep, that's Katarina Rio there. She picks the ball up.
Yep, no, she was onside. You probably could have checked it off there and set up for something there, or a dive in for a try. The link really shut that play down there, so that was pretty good.
Just want to acknowledge, take this time just to acknowledge our sponsors here for the New Zealand Secondary Schools event, where we've got principal sponsors Bunnings, along with One Foundation, Panasonic, and SAS Sport. Also, our new collaboration here with Sky Sport Net, so bringing you this, supporting this whole coverage here. So very lucky, and just want to thank the sponsors who really enable us to keep this going.
Yeah, that's right. And without those sort of people around, our sport wouldn't be here today. So, thank you for your ongoing support.
Just tried a little follow play there, but number 4, Lulu Fellows, just getting caught up, just not being able to get in that gap. But that's a good go. That's what that's what the coach would be wanting. If you're on the line, that you actually get a good strike or put yourself into a good position for a touchdown. Unfortunate there from DeBono. She's making some good yards going forward, just not getting her support play there with her at this stage. But it's still early days here with Tauranga Girls 2, New Plymouth Girls 1.
Good yards up the middle here. Here's our number 6 again. She's putting in some hard yards today.
Yes, that's Katarina Rio there for New Plymouth Girls.
Got scooped back to the short side. Oh, is that yep. The referee's called another set of 6 there.
Okay, and Rio was just looking for that inside 3 just to follow. There was the gap opening up there.
I know here in the Bay we call that a tails. So that's what they've been looking for, is that tails quite a bit. There's a quick tap. Is it a try? Oh no, it's a touch. They're not quite centred in the middle of the paddock here. Now they are. They're going sort of back to that centre. Gives you a little bit more options on the 5. Instead of cramming that one side as towards their sub box. So now they're back right square in the middle now. Setting up. Here's the playmaker. 5th and final. What she got? Oh. It's a wide ball, but it's... Oh, I thought that'd actually come off one of the defenders' hands there.
Tauranga Girls with the ball. Good defence on the line there. They had to... there was a couple of good positions where New Plymouth Girls were actually trying to get across the try line, but Tauranga Girls equal to the task as they start to get a fresh pair of legs. Coming up to the halfway point here. Ball and arm tucked in, keeping it secure. Daniels on to Atutahi. As Tauranga Girls start to go to the far hand side, but it's 6. Just losing, possibly losing the touch count there. Just not sure where they were.
Yeah, and that's vital. That's where your box should be talking, because there's lots more energy in the sub box. So they should be talking to those girls that are still out on the paddock. I mean, I know it's day 3 and fatigue sort of sets in, but if you can get as much comms from the rest of your team, it's going to help you out there on the paddock. On the right side of the paddock here now. Just got to get up to that 5 and set up for something. Our score at the moment, Tauranga Girls 2, Napier Girls 1 with 1 minute to go. Oh, sorry, New Plymouth Girls, sorry.
New Plymouth Girls, just for those bit of trivia and history there, New Plymouth Girls have a strong history in the sport here, and there was a couple of girls that I used to coach way back in the day who've actually gone on, who played a little bit of rugby there from the school. So they've actually got, it's had a very strong touch history, that school, as they start to back on defence at the moment.
Sort of the sound that you'd be privileged to see these girls back out here running around.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great for them to come back and give back to this younger group who have taken the mantle at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's great. Over the course of the weekend, we've seen some new schools come to Touch Nationals, and it's really good for some of these schools to get a bit more exposure. And as we see there, a try, a lapse in defence there. So that's half time.
Here we watch the setup here. Just a little dummy there by De Bono. That's the co-captain for Tauranga Girls. And just like that, there's the little dummy and strolls across the line. And that takes Tauranga Girls to 3 and New Plymouth Girls 1.
Yeah, so as we go down to the huddles, what do you think the coaching staff will be saying for New Plymouth Girls?
Yeah, I think, if just especially knowing Tamatadu, because he is he's in part of our coaching development program, so he's been to a couple of New Zealand coaching frameworks, and he'd probably be saying to the girls, look, we just need to settle down, and I think you made point of it, actually get our spacing right on the field. They're really trying that tails play. And I think what they're probably doing is making sure that you probably want you both inside. So it's probably what I'd be saying to my middles, or what they're probably saying to the middles, is make sure we probably get a good spread when we're on attack. We drive forward and then allow the follow play to come through when they go corners. That's probably one of the big messages for them. Otherwise, it's probably, to be honest, they've probably had a couple of just lapses there on those when Tauranga Girls have scored.
And what do you think the coaching staff for Tauranga Girls would be saying over there? They're in front now, so what would be the message for the girls there?
Yeah, again, I think probably one of the areas is let's just tidy up our yardage through the field play. That'd probably be the big one. And if there's anything that's let them down. Coming through the field, they've looked dangerous when they've gone close to the try line. Keep to your processes. This is what day 3 is all about here.
Yeah, and like we said, it's day 3 today, so this is a final. This game. So yeah, this is moving and shaking to qualify again for next year's nationals.
So each game's important here. And if you've just tuned in, we're here at Rotorua International Stadium in Bay of Plenty on a beautiful overcast. We've been fortunate that it hasn't rained. So the umbrellas have only been out just to shade the sun, not the rain.
Yeah, that's right, mate. And yeah, Rotorua always turns on the best weather around the country. So you know, if not doing anything today, get down to Rotorua International Stadium and watch some finals, because I'll tell you now, there are some exciting finals this afternoon.
It certainly will be, and we've got finals field with live streaming happening, so make sure that you tune in to the New Zealand Secondary Schools Nationals. And again, I think that's the second time. Oh, what's he calling?
Yeah, I'm unsure on the Tauranga Girls tapped off there, and it's all of a sudden it was a turnover ball, and I didn't see what the referee said on that one, but never mind. New Plymouth Girls hot on attack straight after the half.
Nice touch there by Cooper.
Short side, yes. Run your holes. Oh, we got a touch and pass there. So it was pretty good defence there from Tauranga Girls.
It was good. She held her line and basically mirrored number 6, Katarina Rio, on her way back. Didn't deviate her line. So well done, Tauranga Girls.
Bit slow in that transition just there. You know, that's their 4th touch, I think, coming off the 5 there. So it was a bit of confusion down there, but hopefully they can set up here now for a scoop play. A bit of a way out, but that's all right. So they went short. They went to the short side there.
Just watching the number of games over the last couple of days, I've been actually really impressed with the grit and tenacity from all the teams and all the girls. And you know, this is no different really. On the whole, you can see the skill level as that starts to grow, and it's been a wonderful part of the development of a girl's touch. We've had really great skill sets anyway, but just to see that develop further, it's wonderful for the sport.
Yeah, and most of these girls, you know, like we spoke about it yesterday, you know, most of these girls come from different backgrounds. We had athletes, we had netballers, we've got cricketers, we've got golfers, we've got, you know, basketball, we've got all sorts of different sports. So, you know, it's great to see our girls playing a sport that, I mean, I love and you love.
Yep.
So, you know, and I think it's you got to pay respect to the coaching staff, because they get all these girls up, you know, training 8 weeks at a time, and now they're here putting on their front and on the television. You know, some of these girls would never have thought that was ever going to happen. So, you know, I pay credit to New Zealand Touch for and Sky Sport Next for getting this going.
Not only do we have a variety of sports that these young athletes are involved in, but we've also, for Tauranga Girls, we've got 3 sets of sisters in the team here with, we've got the De Bono sisters here, number 15 and 16, 7 and 8 for Tauranga Girls, the Atkinsons, so wonderful, and then we've got 14 and the co-captain number 3, Kahura. So yeah, so we got great to see that you're also out there playing with your siblings.
Yeah, there's probably nothing better than playing with your brother or your sister. You know, and we see that up in the high ranks as well. The All Blacks with the Barretts, the Savias, and you know, these girls they'll go home and they'll talk about this experience for for a lifetime. Some of them might be leaving school next year, so you know, to finish off with your sister. You know, that's awesome.
Great defence there by number 2 for New Plymouth Girls. She really got herself up into that passing lane. That's Willow Rahui Brown.
And there's the touch count again. We're not, not aware of where we are on the touch count.
The Plymouth Girls, they start to make their way to the subbing box. Number 3, Kahui Hill, just looking for the next runner to come through. As we've got Graham with the ball.
Ooh.
Captain for Fellows, just straight inside ball. Just really going nowhere here at the moment. Zamba with the ball, pick and scoop.
She goes.
Oh.
Oh, no. She's called the touch. She's made the touch there, and that was a great diving touch and a great diving play there. But to make that touch, that was awesome.
Here we go on the SAS Sport replay here. Number 4, Lulu Fellows sees nothing but the line. The Tauranga Girls, beautiful. Great determination, great dive, catching her on the line.
And again, day 3, and they're still
3.
diving.
They're
awesome.
still diving. Beautiful. Young talent. Nice go forward. Just not getting a strike on, so probably in the subbing boxes, probably for the coaches. I'm sure they're talking to their players about just awareness of the count. If they're unsure, then asking the referee where the count is. Just a bit messy in that play the ball. This gives Tauranga Girls a great opportunity to where they're located on the field. Again, both teams tend to stick close to the try line down the link channel. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Here we've got one of the co-captains.
Tauranga Girls, yeah, hot on attack with a dive. Oh no, the referee's got a penalty there, not going back 5. Here we go, they're setting up here for the playmaker in the middle. Oh, she's subbing off actually. 2 of them are going. So they'll try and slow the play down here to get these 2 players on. Comes their co-captain now. She'll set up for something. Here with a back door. Wide ball. She's going to go. Oh, yeah, good touch. Good defence out there. Here's the playmaker. Is that a touch? Yeah, we've got a touch out there. (3-1) Tauranga Girls. Just over 7 minutes to go in the game. Fatigue starting to kick in, you think?
I think fatigue will be a critical factor here. And let's see New Plymouth Girls with some fresh pair of legs on. But that was a great defence on the line there because Tauranga Girls had a good go at it. Now they've got an opportunity, New Plymouth. Let's see what they can do here. Really going with scoop play and that far out, you're probably going to be tracked down. And it's quite static their play at the moment as New Plymouth, so probably need to get it just a bit more of a roll on and get the Tauranga Girls just backpedaling. Yeah,
that's right. And the only time you can do those sort of plays is on the 5. It's where they have to shut the fence. But yeah, that far out, it's just they just man on, and that's what Tauranga Girls have been doing on the defensive line. 5th and final, and that's you don't have to score off every set, as long as if you kill it in the corner. Oh, we've got a wrong way we've played the ball.
It's unfortunate. It's great to see, you got a player like that. She's defending at the moment, number 2 Daniels, but just the way that she's running with the ball in 2 hands, always head up, so looking for opportunities as she's running.
Yeah, and that's really important. Always carrying the ball in 2 hands. It gives puts the defensive line in 2 minds. As we see there, just didn't get the leg over the ball.
And probably just an example as well. the fellows just running with the ball in one hand, so when the touch is being made, its likelihood for a fumble is a lot higher. It's good defence there by Zambit.
She's made the mistake, but she's made about 4 touches in that last set there. But there's that playmaker again. She scooped through.
That's the Bono, the co-captain of this Tauranga Girls.
Leading by example.
Here we go on the SAS Sport replay. Picks and goes. And we talked about just the scoop play, and there's a prime example of what the scoop play looks like when it's only 5 metres out.
Yeah, that's correct. And she's scooped through. She's linked up with her player out there, and she's finished in the corner. Great. And now it's what we do here. Do they think in twos and just carry it on? Don't sit on your lead. 4 minutes. You can still score a few tries in 4 minutes.
And if you just tuned in, we've got Tauranga Girls going from right to left. New Plymouth Girls with the ball at the moment. So the score is Tauranga Girls 4, New Plymouth Girls High 1.
And that was the middle 33 play.
And again, if you've just tuned in, and you can see down on the field the partnership with Touch New Zealand and Bunnings. We'd like to thank our sponsors here, both Bunnings and One Foundation, Panasonic, SAS Sport, and in a collaboration with Sky Sport Next. Tauranga Girls have been pretty solid in the second half here. Their gain through the field has been a lot better. Being able to get their exit plays, so the girls off the field, and as they start to transition on, it's been a lot more tidier for them, and I think that's been probably a major difference here.
Yeah, just that subbing. It's about getting the fresh legs on, and the referee's got a penalty here. As you can see, it's off the mark call. So that signal that he's just done there, it's off the mark. The Tauranga Girls will be hot on attack here again. New Plymouth, maybe that fatigue side of things is kicking in here because they've made a few more mistakes in the second half compared to the first half. So Tauranga Girls are in prime spot here to finish it off.
There's one of their key playmakers, number 16, Regan De Bono. She starts to exit the field now. And Tauranga Girls just starting to set play, getting themselves squared up in the middle of the field. Daniels.
Almost stuck through the hole, but great defence there.
Nice go forward by Fellows. She's been leading well, making sure that she's also not only attacking, but she's been doing the hard yards going forward. And that's number 4 for New Plymouth Girls, Lulu Fellows.
Oh, the referee's found another penalty there. Off the mark again. It's the second one. Same referee. So he's looking in and around that ruck there. That was off the mark.
Young Mitchell Lee there, making sure that he's officiating the game to the way, and he's asking for the players to make sure that they're just tidying up some of their little the little parts of the game.
And that's important. When over the last 3 days, we've had really good referees officiating these games. So take my hat off to them. They're here for a reason as well, to get the level up, and they're doing a great job.
Nice defence there by Maya Stewart. Stuck to the task. And you can see a shutdown play earlier by number 2, Willow Rahui Brown, who shut down that roll on by Tauranga Girls. So she's done that a couple of times, been able to spot that, come off her line. What I'd really like to see is just New Plymouth Girls just needed to get a roll on, more of a roll on, and less of the little check-in plays.
It's the last play. Yep. So there's the last play there. They don't seem to be making it past that halfway line. Is what they were in the first half.
Yep, Tauranga Girls have definitely stepped up both on the attack end, but on the defence end, they're working more as a unit as they come through the field. And there we go, touch count 3, and already they've got the 5 metre line in their sights. I like her attitude. Young Daniel, she has a go at the line. She sees a little gap. She's not afraid to have a go at it.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what touch is about. Oh, we've got
There
a
we
quick.
go.
Oh, that was great. Oh, not rolling. So this will be the tap here. That's the hooter that's just gone in the background there. So this is the last play. So what will they do here? Will they try and have a go? No, throwing a wide ball. And that's game over.
And it's game over there. So thank you very much for those who've tuned in to watch the game. Winners for this game is Tauranga Girls with 4, New Plymouth Girls High 1. And we'd like to thank you again for tuning in. What's been a great display overall for these girls, who it's probably game number 10, possibly for them. It's been a long and hectic tournament, but the skill level and to be able to have still the grit and guts to play right to day 3, right to the final days is fantastic.